I was born in Ghana. I was born in Accra. When I was a little kid, about 3, 4 years old, I moved to Brooklyn, New York. When I was 8, I moved to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. My experience has been one of a global citizen my whole life.
We have arrived at a moment in our revolution where we have to make a choice.
What does it mean to look in the face of a world that seems to be going rapidly in the wrong direction and say, no, we're going to switch course and I'm going to make it happen?
Can one man's music change a continent? That's the mission of 32-year-old Derrick ASHONG.
Beautiful.
This producer, arranger, composer, manager, and vocalist is a mogul on the rise, busy recording his second CD with the band he founded in 2003.
So who's going to tell me that thought and sound and image don't impact the way you see the world? As an activist, I want to hear content that is going to inspire people to do something good for their lives, as opposed to push them and challenge them to destroy themselves.
We believe that the arts, popular culture, can be a tool for teaching people the value in their own culture and in bringing them to the global table as peers and not as peons.
Now, when you were out in California, you attended a rally and were interviewed by this reporter, and then this whole other thing blossomed. Tell us how that YouTube phenomenon got started.
It's been quite a trip. I went to this Obama-Clinton debate, and I wasn't even supposed to be there. A friend of mine invited me to go, and I was like, no, I want to go home and watch the debate where I can hear it, because there's going to be a lot of noise. But I figured it's history in the making, so I went. And I was dressed very casually and hanging out with my friends with my cool sign. And this guy came up to me and he was asking these very, very aggressive questions.
Specifics?
Yeah, do you have any technical versus emotional specifics?
I'll tell you, here's what I see on the technical specifics. Technically, Edwards, Obama, and Clinton are virtually identical. There are minor changes and differences in some of their policies, particularly in healthcare.
How will they socialize it? How will it be
well, I think that's
physically accomplished?
I think that's one of the big things. The reason why I like Obama's plan is because it's one that's voluntary. So part of the way in which it gets paid for is by both the worker and the employer, as opposed to just by the government, which I don't think is really feasible.
I'm not concerned about whether this party stands for X or that party stands for Y. I want to know who is going to really advance the causes of the nation. And what typically happens is young voters are kind of marginalized. People figure they're not going to participate, so we don't need to speak to their needs. And so therefore, we've never been invited to truly be a part of the system, and so we've grown up not being so. The world is going to change. The only question is, how is it going to change? Is it going to go for better or for worse? And that's entirely up to us. You know, sometimes we think of like, oh, well, oh my God, to be an activist, you've got to be a martyr and you've got to suffer and it's going to be so hard. Hell no, man. I hang out with the coolest cats, yo. People who are conscious, people who are spiritual, people who have vibes, people who can dance, people who can sing, people who are hip. And I want young people around the world to know that, yeah, making a change, making the world a better place is not only your responsibility, it is your joy, it is your blessing, it's your gift, it's your opportunity to make your life mean something. So take it.
For all the people who fight on in a world that doesn't see them till they're gone. See so many lonely people.